Hey guys, welcome to the Marissa Effect, the podcast where real talk meets deep connection. I'm your host, Marissa, and around here we are all about honest conversations, fresh perspectives, and living a life that feels aligned, inspired, and unapologetically you. Whether we are diving into relationships, wellness, or those aha moments that shift everything in life, this is your space to grow, laugh, and feel seen. I'm so happy you guys are all here with me, so let's go ahead and get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the Marissa Effect. This week I'm sitting next to my friend Courtenay. We work together at the Montana Method. She is an instructor there. We got into talking a little bit about fitness and wellness and being mom and parenthood, and I just realized I think I want you to come talk on the podcast and have an episode all about you and your journey. So I'm actually here in the office in her house, and it's beautiful and bright and fun. And I'm super excited to dive right into this. I know a theme in my life is kind of talking to my friends, especially the friends that are becoming moms and kind of struggling with the balancing act. I know that Courtenay has a lot to offer. That's why I think that this topic is going to be something that somebody can connect to out there. So I'm super excited to have you. Thank you.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for asking me to be on.
Of course. Can you tell us a little bit about your background? And
Sure.
Yeah.
Hello everybody. So I've been married. We just celebrated 20 years. So I'm an older mom. My girls are in high school. Well, two of them are. So I am a wife. I'm a mom. I have 3 daughters. My oldest is about to turn 18. Which has been a little rough, to be honest with you. I'm like, how did this happen? How do I have an 18-year-old already? This is crazy. So she'll be 18 in July.
And she just accepted an offer to college,
She just accepted. Yeah. She's going into her senior year, and she really wanted to play volleyball. She just got a full ride. So we're super excited. So today's an exciting day for her. She is committed. My second daughter is 16 and my youngest is 12, but she'll also be turning 13. So I'll have 3 teenage daughters here.
That's so crazy.
In this summer. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And your daughters, they're homeschooled, right?
So 2 of them are homeschooled. We've kind of been back and forth with the schools. We've moved a lot. And so that's how I kind of first had the idea of homeschooling, just because I don't know, it was like the timing of our moves kind of didn't line up with the school years. So I was like, we'll just try it. And I always kind of had a desire to try it. I'm not a teacher. I'm not academic at all.
Yeah.
So it was really just kind of trial and error. Like with anything, I had a lot of support from a lot of family members who have done it before me. So I don't think I could have done it without their help, but yeah, it's been amazing. So my oldest has been in school. She's in a traditional school. And then my youngest, I've been homeschooling the last couple of years, but she's going back to school next year. And if you asked her, the reason why is she wants to be with her big sister for her senior year, because her school.
Will they be able to even see each other?
Yeah, they'll go to school together every day. She'll be in 7th grade, and my daughter will be entering her senior year. So she wants to be with her every day, driving and going to all her games and stuff. So, and I think she's starting middle school, so she kind of wants to try it. So I told her. So, and then my middle one, I'm homeschooling. She's a sophomore, but I'm not teaching. I just want to make sure I'm not the one teaching her math. No, she goes to a program. Which is it's an excellent program, and they have all the teachers and curriculum and stuff. So I just more of the organizer.
And then you schedule time of when you'll meet up with the teacher, or they have to go.
So they have designated. So they go to school 2 times a week. Next year she'll go to school 3 times. It's like a school. It's just kind of it gives them more time to kind of pursue the things that they want to pursue, if they're athletes or actors or whatever. It kind of gives them a little more
flexibility.
Time. Yeah, it's a little bit out of the box. So. And it just gives us more opportunities to travel together as a family. And my youngest kind of got to do some really cool things with her dad and travel, and we didn't have to worry about missing school. Yeah. So it just kind of, I don't know, it's just a different approach.
Yeah, I like it. And I think it's going to, because I work in education, I think it's going to be more common as we move on as a society because of the flexibility of it. Also, I think the standardized testing in the traditional public school settings is just it's not designed for everybody's success, right? So I think it's cool to hear that it's benefited a family. A lot of my students, they come in and then they transfer out, then they come in and they transfer out, and I never was homeschooled. And so I don't understand, like, I don't get that.
I thought it was the weirdest thing. Like, I remember when I first, like when I was younger, before I was a mom, before I was married, and I had friends whose families were homeschooled, and I thought they were weirdos. Like, I was like, that is so weird.
Yeah.
But I think now it's more common.
Yeah.
And it's not like, it's not like it's not like we're wearing long dresses and braids, It's like, they're like normal kids, and they just get to do more of the activities that they want, you know, and kind of come up with their own schedule.
I think it's great.
It's not for everyone.
No,
it's just a different way. Everyone has their ways. Everyone has,
But I'm glad it's becoming more socially acceptable. Like, you guys are going to homeschool, and it's not like there must be trouble at home. Like, back when I was growing up, if somebody was homeschooled, there was trouble going on.
Yeah, or learning disabilities, or same. But no, it's different now. So if anything, their program they're in is, like, it's pretty advanced. Like, they're taking honors and AP courses, and perfect. So it's been fun. I get to spend more time with them, which sometimes I love, and sometimes I can't wait for them to go back to school, to be honest. So, but it goes by fast. So I'm like just trying to enjoy every second with them. It goes by quick.
I just can't believe they're teenagers already. Holy cow.
I know. It's crazy. I know. Yeah.
So, this isn't a very athletic family. You guys are all athletes to some degree, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. How do you balance all of those crazy schedules? And then you are like a dedicated fitness instructor too.
Yes. You don't balance it. I think I've called you so many times, like, Marissa, I need your help. I almost lost my mind a few years ago. I might have lost it. It might never have come back. It's crazy, but I don't know what else. Like, I don't know anything else but this crazy life. I love watching my girls do what they do. Yeah. And they love it. And I always tell them, if you don't love it, we're not doing it, but they're all super dedicated and passionate and about what they do. And, that's always been like my hope for them is find what you love. And I just pray that, we can support that, whether through lessons or coaching or, trainers or whatever they want. And I think it's healthy. Like, I think everyone needs to find their thing. It doesn't have to be sports. It could be whatever, but I think it's healthy for, someone growing up. It gives them something to look forward to. Yeah. Something to strive for.
I agree. Or being a part of a community or something, like there's art. They may have been artists, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Whatever it is, just find something that excites you and gives you life, and, I think with my daughter, when she started high school, we moved to, we're looking over the golf course right now. We moved to this golf course because my oldest, who we were just talking about, who's playing volleyball now, she used to play golf and she was a competitive golfer and she was pretty darn good. So we kind of moved out here to help her, with the training and practicing. And it was a very lonely, isolating sport. Same with tennis. Like, it's like you're on a team, but when you're out there, you don't really have a team. It's kind of like a lonely sport. And she's very social. So when she kind of had a growth spurt and started volleyball, she just fell in love with it because it's such a team. And so she instantly had friends. So when she started high school, she like instantly had friends because of her teammates on her volleyball team,
Oh, yeah.
Which is helpful when you're a girl starting high school. So, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So she was a golfer before she got into volleyball.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now she hasn't picked up a club in years, but
I think I don't know how people love it. They love playing it.
I love it.
Yeah, I see videos of you playing it. Yeah. I was taking lessons for a little, but it wasn't for me.
Yeah. I mean, I just like being outside.
Yeah, no, I like honestly, that part too. But
just being out there. I mean, golf is hard, and like, but just being out in a golf cart or walking, I don't know. It's just something. About
I like
being
walking.
Outside.
But the golf. So my dad inspired me to like pursue these golf lessons, but he was taking me to the driving range, and he was like, where's your flexibility? Where's your strength? I'm like, I didn't even know all of this was involved in golf.
Well, when you have someone yelling at you like that, it doesn't make it
not fun.
No, my favorite thing about golf is going out by myself. Because
really?
To me, it's therapy. Yes. And so my dad passed back the end of this year, end of September, but he's the one who got me into golf. And now when I go out there, like, I feel like he's still with me.
Oh yeah.
And so it's just, it's like therapy for me. And I don't know, it's so beautiful out there.
Yeah. What hole is right here?
So it used to be 13 and they just redid it. So now it's hole 4.
Oh, so
but that's a whole nother story. Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Well, yeah, because we were looking for a sign because we didn't know where to buy a house. And my husband's number was 13.
Oh, 13. Oh, shoot.
And we're like, okay, we're going into this house. We've looked at so many houses. Like, we need to freaking buy something.
Oh, my gosh.
And we're like, we need a sign. And so when we walked in here, we're like, asked the realtor, like, what whole number is this house on? And it was on 13. So we're like, oh, that's our sign.
And then
and then they changed it to 4, so now it's time to move.
That's so crazy. What a crazy story. Yeah. You're still meant to be here.
Yes, we are. Well, I know. I wouldn't have met you.
That's so true. So true. Wait, how long have you been in Delray?
I think it's been 3 years.
Oh, so you guys are like new still.
Yeah, we got here 3 years ago.
Wow.
And I'm from Fort Lauderdale, born and raised. And we had moved probably, over 10 times in our marriage. And when my husband kept talking about Delray Beach, I was like, I don't want to move to Delray Beach.
Well, like, because I didn't know
Delray Beach. I know Boca, I know Fort Lauderdale, but Delray, and we found this, and I'm like, all right, we're moving to Delray Beach. I didn't know a soul here.
Yeah.
And my friend told me about, because I was teaching the rebounding, the trampoline, and she was like, you have to try this studio. It's so much fun. They have the trampoline class that you like to do.
At the Montana.
And she was like, the Montana method. I was like, I've never heard of it. And she's like, you got to go. And I took Lewis's class. And of course I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And then was 3 years ago. So
So you took the class.
I took the class. I started taking the classes, and I was still doing like my own little fitness thing just for fun. And Montana was like, we're hiring instructors. And I was like, you know what? That's always been my thing as a stay-at-home mom. We've moved so many times. Houses, states. Mm-hmm. I mean, we've moved a lot.
Yeah.
And fitness has always been like my hobby, my passion, my therapy. Yeah. And that's always been a way for me to meet other like-minded women, friends, just kind of get into community, was finding these fun studios. And I'm like, I want to teach. I don't like being told what to do. I like telling people what to do. Oh,
that's so funny. Because I like being told what to do.
Yeah, I don't like being told what to do.
That's so funny.
I'd rather be the one yelling at everyone. In a nice way.
You do it in a really nice way. Yeah. And the other day she was teaching class and she's like, and we're just going to do this until I tell you to stop.
Yeah. Until I see all your faces wince. Yeah.
Kate was like, that's mean.
Yeah, it is mean. It is mean. It's funny. A good mean though.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So that's how you got into the Montana method. And then I know that you do, is it personal training on the side? What do you do on the side?
So I mean, I don't do a ton just because I am pretty busy with the homeschooling and stuff, but I have a passion of helping. Well, actually I had my first male client this but it was my friend's husband, and I was like, I don't know, but he was an older man, and he was like the nicest guy. I love them so much. They're like, I want them to adopt me. They're like the sweetest couple. But my focus has always been on women and moms in particular. Right. And it's always been I would do it for free. Like, I love helping moms feel good, because I remember having young kids and just feeling like, oh my gosh, like this is so overwhelming. And I don't have any outlet, and I'm gonna like scream. Yeah. And it's hard, and it's lonely sometimes, especially when we had moved a lot, and kind of, I wasn't around a lot of my friends, because we moved from Fort Lauderdale to Connecticut, and it was someplace I had no friends. I was like a completely brand new place. So up there I found a studio, and I started working out there and teaching eventually. But it's always been like my therapy, and I've been through it all. So So seeing other moms struggle with baby weight or this and that, or feeling, I mean, it's sexy for their husbands after having a few babies. And, you know, like my thing has always been, I love helping women like get feeling their sexy back, you know, like, feeling good again, feeling like themselves again. Cause sometimes you forget like yourself, you know, cause you're so worried about the babies and mom mode and everyone else. And, you know, you kind of lose yourself a little bit. So that's always been my thing. So yes, to answer that long-winded answer, I do personal training on the side. Not a ton, but I have like a select few clients that I work with. Yeah.
I mean, I just see you sometimes posting, or I have in the past, so I thought you did it. But but that is a big theme, like I said when we started the show. But it's a big theme now. I'm finding in younger moms, especially the ones that kind of are on their second or third child, and they're not finding the time anymore to like get back to themselves, or maybe they're feeling guilty to get into a fitness routine or something like that. And like, what would you say to somebody who was struggling this way? How would you help them?
I get it. I've been there, because it's like you don't want to like, you shouldn't feel guilty. I get that mom guilt, because I still get that sometimes, like everything should be about my kid, but that is not a good recipe. Because I mean, I don't have to sound so like cliche, because it's like that oxygen mask thing. You know, I mean, how many times have we heard that? It is so true though. If you're not filling your own cup and like taking the time for yourself to make yourself mentally healthy, physically healthy and strong, your kids, your family's going to suffer. I mean, I know it from personal experience. When I was, you know, when you're miserable, like, I don't know. I mean, maybe people are nicer than I am. Like, my family suffers if I'm not happy. You know what I mean? I can't fake it. And so, finding an outlet, you know, and I'm not saying like you have to go to our workouts and do it this way, you know, like you need to find what works, something that you enjoy that actually brings you joy. It could be pickleball. It could be tennis. It could be hiking. It doesn't have to be the Montana method. You know, it doesn't have to be my workout. Like I found something that I love, and it gives me so much energy. Like, for instance, today I didn't work out. I just went walking with my family in town. We went walking this morning, and I am tired, like, because I did not work out.
Oh, so it gives you energy working out.
It gives you energy. Like the days I work out first thing in the morning and I set my day up first thing, even if it's just 15, 20 minutes, it does not have to be long. It totally like reinvigorates you and kind of gets you going for the day. I could see that in my own life too. The days when I'm kind of lazier, I feel lazier. It's a cup of coffee, but a very physical one. No, it is. And it just, I don't know, it just gets you thinking clearer, making better choices, more energy. So, I mean, I really highly recommend just finding something that brings you joy.
Yeah. But I know that as a mom, the days are unpredictable. So maybe some people struggle with when are they going to fit it in, or how they're going to fit it in, or getting away from the house. Maybe some can't, right? So, but there are ways to work out at home, maybe during nap time. Like,
Yeah. So again, I'm just going from personal experience. So when we lived in Connecticut, my husband worked all day. Like, he would leave traditionally like at 9 a.m. And I'm not saying you have to do this. I was a little crazy. And I was like, it was almost like a drug to me. I'm like, I have to figure out when I can go work out and when I can go teach, because I was enjoying teaching fitness. That was kind of my thing. So I taught at 5:45 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And looking back, I don't think I could do it now. But at the time, it was like the only window I had to work out. And I'm not saying that you have to do that, but you figure it out, you know? And I mean, now, back then, I mean, I'm a lot older probably than, but like back then they didn't have a lot of online workouts. I mean, that was like 2012, 2014, and it was kind of just starting. So I didn't really have that option. I don't even think Peloton was out yet.
No, remember they used to have the Beachbody videos?
Beachbody. I did Beachbody. So now there's so many options. So yeah, you absolutely, I mean, my biggest thing, I was just telling our friend who just had a baby at the studio, like when your baby naps, I think you should nap.
Oh, I was going to say maybe go work out.
Well, if you have energy, I don't know. No, I just remember being so bone tired when they were little. And it was like anytime I had a chance to quiet, but I wouldn't do any work. I would just take a breather and take a nap myself or have a cup of tea and just unwind.
I feel like I would be nervous to take a nap because what if they wake up before me? Do you ever have a fear like that?
Well, now they have like all the monitors everywhere.
Yeah.
5-star, all these ringing alarms.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think moms don't realize how much they're exerting.
Yeah.
And I think when their babies nap, to take a deep breath and relax. Don't do laundry. Don't do because I remember I had to like learn the hard way because I'm like, I'm constantly tired. But that little afternoon nap that my kids would take, I would have like a chance to take a deep breath and relax and have some time to myself.
Relax. Yeah.
And then when the kids get older, I mean, I have videos on my phone of my little one. She would work out with me. Get them working out with you.
I was just listening to
I
was just listening to a podcast that said exactly that. Like kids like to see or be a part of like what the other people in the room are doing. So if you're demonstrating something like physical fitness or reading book, they're gonna likely want to like join the fun, join with you. Yeah.
I want to do it. So, I mean, I know sometimes you're like, I don't want my kids around. I just want to have my own workout without, and I get that. I told my husband, I was like, all right, you're going to work. I just need an hour to go work out.
Yeah.
And we figured it out, you know? And, but if you don't have that, then at home.
Yeah.
And then if they're up and they're not napping or, have them do it with you. I mean, I had my youngest used to do all my work. She still does my workouts with me.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Actually, one time I picked her up from volleyball, soccer, whatever I picked her up from, she was like, I hope I always work out for the rest of my life. I'm like, I think you probably will.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
No, she enjoys it.
But she got it from you. Like she didn't get that just from sports.
But she was doing it when she was little with me. We had a basement in Connecticut. We had a little gym down there, and I would just turn on fun music and we'd be silly, and she'd see mom doing her playing. She would get down, it's fun. Listen, this season goes by so quickly. I mean, we're staring there. My daughter's outside right now. My 18-year-old, she's almost 18. Like I know this sounds also like, but it just goes by so fast. So instead of like wishing it like, oh, I just can't wait till they're old enough so I don't have to like constantly worry, just enjoy the season, because you're going to miss this season. Even the hard seasons where you're just going to miss it. It goes by really, really quick.
And like, I also think though, it's like a double-edged sword because there's so much social media is feeding us at every given moment. So it's like, I know for my friends who just became moms, they're like on TikTok, and TikTok is basically telling them like what they should do, or there's a lot of like fear. The other day we were out back at the pool and I'm like, should I put sunblock on her, like her daughter? And she's like, I don't know. I'm nervous about what sunblock to put on because there's so much about like,
it's too much.
Is it harmful for them? And it's just so much. And I think social media helps, but I also think it doesn't for those types of sakes. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
I think you're right. It's like it helps, but it doesn't. It almost makes it worse. And I don't know about you, but when I spend too much time on social media, I literally get anxiety.
Upset. Yeah.
I get like anxious, like, oh gosh, I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta throw this out. I gotta buy this. Like it's enough. Like I know we're all on social media and we're all scrolling, and we want to learn what's the latest technology, what's the latest health news, like we want to be up to date on everything. Put it down.
I know, right? Just take a minute.
Yeah, take a minute, put it down, and just take your kid to the park. Go outside without your phone. We don't have to document everything even though it's very tempting. And like I just had this talk with a client that I do personal training with. She had this stubborn 5 pounds that she did everything right. She was eating clean. She was doing the workouts. She was doing everything right. And she was so consumed with these 5 pounds. Like
that's all she could fixate
that's all
on.
she could fixate on. It was like just taking up every part. And it was almost like she was too stressed about it. And like the second you let that go and stop comparing, you're gonna like, and it's hard to tell someone that, but it's like, just relax. Like you look beautiful. You know, your husband thinks you're beautiful. Like you've worked so hard, like 5 pounds. I get it. But like, just try not to think about, like, try to let it go. The second she kind of started having more fun and stopped, like, let it go, she got rid of the 5 pounds.
I believe that.
You know, it's sometimes we stress about it so much that we're holding on so tightly to something, or making it worse for us, or not knowing what to do. Do I put the sunblock on my kid? Do I not? Like, just take a deep breath. It doesn't have to be so hard. Like, simplify things, and don't, you know, that's where the magic comes in, when you stop comparing yourself to everybody on TikTok or social media or Instagram.
Yes. And I think, oh my gosh. Yeah. When she said it to me, I was like, holy cow, like there's so much to worry about. But
there is, but you'll go yourself crazy.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You won't be able to breathe. You'll be like, I mean, if I thought about everything that could go wrong every day, that's where you're going to make yourself in a mess.
No, it's totally, you're totally right. But you've worked out in your 20s. Like you've always kind of maintained.
It's always been my therapy.
It's your therapy.
It's my therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always been like, I think I have a lot of nervous energy. That's maybe just who I am, and I have to like release it somehow. And I've always been like athletic and kind of active, and so I don't know. It's like just a way for me to let go,
let loose.
Yeah.
I did want to ask you this question. When you're teaching a class, how do you, all of you instructors, stay doing all the reps and not getting tired, like the rest of the class?
Oh, I get tired.
The rest of the class is dying and you guys are like still performing.
Really?
Yeah, I always
feel like I die.
No,
I feel like I'm dying.
No, when your form never like gets off balance.
No, I think you're just being nice.
No, I'm not.
I think Montana and Caitlin might have perfect form, but by rep 8, I'm like, oh my gosh, this hurts so bad. I do think there is something about being in front of the room where you're like, okay, I have to like,
that makes sense.
Get my, you know,
they're all watching me.
Yeah, like I better. So there's probably some of that where I'm like, I need to perform a little bit better than if I was up here by myself. So there's probably some of that. I remember when I first started teaching there, like I was used to working out, but it's like a heated room.
Yeah.
And I remember like thinking I might throw up. Like this is really intense,
and it's like cardio.
And I will be so embarrassed if I get sick in front of all these people, but I'm like, this is really tough, but your body adjusts, and now it's like I'm used to it. Now I don't, and
you guys are talking through it too. It makes it that much more challenging. True. I think.
Yeah. I don't even know if people can hear me, but and I apologize for any streamers where I'm like breathing into the microphone.
I know. I mean, I know. It's just something I've mentally have taken note of. I'm like, wait, none of them ever like, okay, I'm just gonna skip this last one. I
guess we're all good actresses then, because I'm dying. But yeah, no, it's I don't know. It's so much fun. I love it. It's fun.
And have you always liked fitness, music driven fitness?
Yes.
Okay. So you like being on the beat and stuff like that kind of drives you.
Yes, always.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember when I first got certified years ago, I got certified in bar, which is comical because if you knew me like growing up, I was not a dancer.
Oh, okay.
I was not a dancer. So like my girlfriends are like, you're getting certified in bar? Like that's the funniest thing ever. And I really like loved bar, and that's kind of what I taught for a long time. But I remember doing the certification, and it was like they were trying to explain to us putting playlists together and like the beats per minute. And I was like, what? Like I remember thinking that it was going to be so hard to do and so time consuming, but I've been doing it for years now. And now it's just like instantly we hear a song and you can tell like, okay, this is going to work or this isn't going to work.
Is that how you still craft your playlist now when you teach?
Yeah. You can kind of just tell instantly, okay, there's 4 to, like certain beats per minute to each,
Did you always know that though? Like
No.
before you even went to like get your bar certification?
No, I mean, I just always liked music, but
right.
And like I used to go to workout classes, and if like it was good music, it made it so much better.
So much better.
If it was bad music, I'm like, oh, this is awful. Like, when is this over?
Especially like the movements aren't like in line with the type of song that's playing. It's kind of tough. Yeah. I get that.
It definitely makes it. And music's like a total like it instantly can either put you in a good mood without the movement. Yeah. So if you can line that up where it's amazing movements, amazing beat. Yeah. That's like the recipe for success, like right there.
How do you come up with your what am I trying to say? How do you come up with what you're gonna how you're gonna structure the class, like what you're gonna teach? Like those, especially the boost class or like compound movements.
Right. Yeah. So each class we teach is completely different. Like obviously jumping on trampoline is very different from being on a chair. And we definitely have, I mean, when you become certified as an instructor, like they kind of teach you like, this is a format, you know, you start with a warm up, you kind of go through it. So we have a format, and even going into the studio where I teach now, Montana Method, I already knew like going in what the format was going to be, because that's kind of like across the board. Like you start with a warm up, you end with a cool down, you know. But I actually set my classes up by the songs.
You do?
Yeah.
So like before you do them, you'll play your own playlist and
I'm big on my playlist. Like I take a lot of pride in my playlist. Like
it's like you guys are DJs.
I am a DJ. Actually, I do. I'm not a fitness. But like I'm really struggling lately. There's not a lot of good songs lately. If you guys have any good music, send it my way, because I'm really struggling. I keep going like to the back to the like old school music. So I'm like,
throwbacks are always so fun.
Yeah.
And I think people work out harder because they're like, oh, remember these days when I was out the bar with my friends? And now they're in a fitness class.
Yeah, now you're in a fitness class. Yeah. That is kind of true.
Yeah.
I think that's probably why I like the classes we teach, because I used to be like in the club.
Yeah, exactly. And now we're doing it to fitness.
I know. Now I'm like, I remember that. Yeah. Now it's a healthier way to, but yeah, big on music.
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah. Definitely helps shape the flow of the class.
Yeah. It's so much fun. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
And the chair, the mat, and the boost, they're all different, but they're all their own unique levels of fun.
Yeah. I can't explain it. People are like, what do you teach? I'm like, it's kind of like a mix of Pilates, bar, dance, but I would not call myself a dancer. So if you're not a dancer, don't be intimidated, because I'm not a dancer at all. But now I am, you know.
But the dancing is really just the one song. I try and
just that one
song, and then we're all
it's just a warm up.
Yeah.
Which you want to get warmed up.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's fun. It's like hopping around with your friends. I don't know. It's a different environment. I've never been in a fitness studio.
You haven't tried it, come try it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, how do you? So I don't know what I want to say, but basically, yeah. So the common theme for me to interview today was like talking about like motherhood and stuff, just because I'm talking with a lot of friends that are like, yeah, I just don't know how to like get back into the swing of things, or they lose sight of who they used to be. You know what I mean? So I think there is a lot of loneliness. So I do try and tell my friends, like, I think this is just a spell you're in, or like just
season.
When you say
yeah. I get the loneliness. I felt so lonely at times. If you're lonely, honestly, I'll be your friend. Like I've been there. I've done that. It's very isolating sometimes, especially when, you know, you're moving maybe for your husband's job, or maybe you took off your career to stay at home with the kids, which is so admirable, and is probably the hardest thing as a woman, especially if you had like a really, you know, a career, and that you loved your career and you always were used to being kind of the self-sufficient, and that's really hard.
Yeah, it really is hard.
You know, but I mean, I think it's the most rewarding. It's the hardest thing, but it's the most rewarding thing. And it's such a blessing to your family, to your husband and your children, when you sacrifice that career. And again, it's just, I know it sounds, it's just for a season, you know, and it's a long season, But like one of my best friends, one of the smartest women I've ever met, she's brilliant. She went to law school. Like seriously, she's like powerhouse. And she decided to stay home after, you know, she got married and she had 4 kids, and her kids are all my kids' ages now. And she's just going back to work now and starting her business. Yeah. And
that's amazing.
She's already like, there's time, you're never going to get that time back with your kids,
your little kids when they're home. Yeah. I know. I get it.
But it is isolating. That's why, finding time throughout your day, even if it's at home and you can't get out of the house. Like I remember, again, I keep bringing up Connecticut because that really was, that was a tough season for me. I mean, we were from Florida and I am born and raised down here, and I had my whole community and I was very happy. But my husband had this opportunity to go, work, and he's like, we're moving. I was like, you can move. I'm staying here. Like, I'm not moving. I'm very happy. I don't want to move to Connecticut. In the middle of the woods. Cold. I don't like being cold
at all.
That first winter was comical. Like I didn't. We have so many funny stories that first winter. I'm a Florida girl, born and raised South Florida, and but I remember like, okay, I can either be miserable during the season and like kind of hate my husband for moving us here. And I miss all my friends, and I see them, online on their boats and at the beach and all hanging out. And I was like, I hate my life. Yeah. Like
I'm cold. The sky's gray.
I'm cold. I haven't seen the sun in 2 weeks. So I'm like, I remember getting into like a real pity party. Like, okay, I'm really not happy right now. Like I was starting to drink every night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm finding out a lot about Courtenay.
Yeah.
So Courtenay before marriage.
I don't know if I was an alcoholic, but maybe. I don't know. Like I was like, okay, well, I really like to have a glass of wine. So I was like, I'm either going to make this time really miserable for everybody, including myself, or I'm going to use this time as an adventure and see how much I can learn in this season. And so I kind of changed my perspective on it. So I started opening a glass of wine, and I don't know if anyone's from up north, but like anytime it would get dark, which sometimes was like,
it was like 4:30. Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm going to start dinner. And I would put on music. Okay. And I would open up a bottle of wine and I'd pour myself a glass of wine, and I was like getting into cooking, and my husband was still at work and my kids were running all over the house, making a mess, and the neighborhood kids were, but I was like, okay, like this is bringing me joy. But then as time went on, I was like, I'm drinking a glass of wine, maybe 2, maybe 3 a night. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't want to be drinking every night.
Yeah, it is a lot.
And so actually that's why I started teaching fitness at 5:45.
Is that when you started? Was that a bar class?
It was a bar class. Okay. It was Bar 44 up in Avon, Connecticut. Such a fun studio. Okay. Shout out. Danielle, she was an amazing instructor. She taught me so much.
Is that who certified you?
She was like, she's like, I want you to teach here, but you need to go get certified in bar and Pilates and stuff. Cause I'm like, I can teach boot camps all day long. Cause that's all I taught.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, you need to go. She was like a classical dancer. And she's like, so I went to Boston for like a weekend and did the whole certification.
Oh my gosh, cool.
And, but anyways, so my point being, I had to like call myself out. Like, this is not a good habit, cause I'm enjoying this wine a little too much. Wasn't healthy, and so I was like, okay, I need to find something, and so that's kind of why I started teaching so early. Cause I was like, if I'm waking up at 5 a.m. to go teach a room full of women, I can't be having wine at night.
You hungover. Did you ever get hungover?
Yeah. You feel like crap. Especially the older you get, you have a couple glasses of wine, you wake up, you're like, oh. So I mean, I was still young at the time, but I was like, I still didn't feel good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what am I doing? Like, this isn't who I am. So that's kind of why I started teaching fitness, to kind of get off the drinking.
Yeah. That's a healthy alternative.
It is. Cause I'm like, and then.
And it gives you something to do, because now you have to prepare for a class, and it makes your mind more active. It gives you
something to do. It's keeping your mind active at something,
Really quick, because I know we didn't talk a little bit about like functional medicine and wellness, but how did you start weaving that into your life? Because I know I'm just getting into it, but I just got into it maybe 2 years ago. I didn't like grow up eating healthy and stuff like that.
I didn't either. I mean, I was an 80s, 90s kid. Like, I first really, I was, even when we first got married, even with my first baby, like I didn't know how to cook. We ate out a lot. I was sick all the time. Like I remember like my friends came to visit us and stay with us, and it was spring break. And I remember being sick and I couldn't like hang out with them. And I'm like, I am so, and you've heard that, like, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so that kind of started initiating my interest. All right, let me learn how to cook for my family. And then then I started getting really into like all these books and health and wellness and making things at home from scratch. And like, like I kind of went over, but I just was so fascinated by like growing your own food and I mean, knock on wood, I wasn't getting sick anymore.
Wow.
And the more I ate home cooked meals, and it really was just that, it wasn't like supplements or anything. It was just getting fresh foods and preparing them at home instead of constantly eating out. I was like, wow, like I feel better. I have more energy. And that's kind of when I was like, all right, I want to go back to school and become a nutritionist. Like I was like, I wasn't taught any of this growing up. I mean, my mom was kind of like, she kind of tried to make me eat somewhat healthy, but yeah, it's mostly fast food and just junk. But when we moved, I met a woman that we were talking about earlier. By the time I had my third baby, I was so depleted. Like my liver was like from breastfeeding and the stress of moving and, 3 C-sections and just not taking care of myself. I was so probably drinking too much wine. Like I was so depleted. And I found this woman, she was a Chinese medicine doctor, and she taught me so much. I would meet with her and she was like, your liver is so stagnant and depleted from constantly giving out to everybody. And she's like, we need to replenish, we need to nourish you. And so she gave me a bunch of these like Chinese herbs.
Wow.
And I was taking them and I was feeling better than I had in years. And she was teaching me how to she took me foraging and like the woods and like showed me how to get like nettle leaf. And
I think that's so cool.
Yeah, like really cool things that like I just thought was so cool. And the more I learned about it and implemented it in my life, I try with my husband and kids, but they are on their own journey. You can't force someone.
You can't. Yeah, no, you can't.
So I feel like my husband's finally coming around a little bit. But for me, I was like, listen, I know how I feel now compared to when I was not doing this, and I want more and I want to learn more. And so like I dove into, which is funny though, because that was back in like 2015. I got certified in everything, like plant-based. So
you did?
Oh yeah. So back then, I don't know if anyone remembers, but it was all plant-based. It was all about plant-based, and animal proteins were the enemy.
It's so funny you're saying this because I was a vegetarian forever and I read The Beauty Detox by Kimberly Snyder.
Yes, I love her. I have that book.
I love her too. But anyway, I made a big decision not to eat meat for almost 10 years.
Yeah,
I think a little over 10 years.
I screwed myself up.
Because of that book. But I
messed my hormones up.
Yeah, I did. So, and I've reread the book recently, like this past year, and that really wasn't even the full message. I think I just took it like too harshly. I mean, she definitely encourages protein, but like just to know where you're sourcing the protein and how you're preparing it, and just like when you eat it, because she's big on like times and how you digest your food.
Yeah.
But I read it a little too young, and I made a really big decision, and that kind of like I was not getting the right protein source. I had really bad anxiety. And I felt like once I started eating better and taking the right supplements, I have normal anxiety now, like when you're supposed to get anxious,
Right. Yeah, the same thing. So I got certified in plant-based nutrition with Colin T. Campbell. He's the China study, if you ever read that book years ago. So they had this whole online, like I remember being like so fascinated because Tom Brady and Giselle's chef was a graduate of this certification program. So I was like, I'm going to be
gonna do it. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, if they're high, so I was so knowledgeable and plant-based, and I was like, animal proteins, same thing. And I was like, and then I read all these books, and it was like the way they treated the animals and this and that. I was so grossed out by meat, eggs, everything.
Yes, this is how I felt.
And like literally I couldn't even prepare meat for my family because I would get like grossed out.
Mm-hmm.
So mine wasn't 10 years, mine probably 3 years, 4 years.
Wow.
I was trying to be a vegetarian, trying to be vegan, but I like cheese too much.
Mm-hmm.
But I screwed my hormones up so bad. I was losing hair. Like I really like.
We need protein. I think I need, especially my friend said the other day, like some people eat, did you ever hear of this? You eat like your blood type.
Yes.
Or whatever, however the saying goes. And I want to find out my blood type. I don't even know it, but I definitely need to eat like meat, even red meat too. Like especially around my period. Yeah. I need it.
Yeah. You need that. I mean, you don't have to I think everything has changed so much. Mm-hmm. That's why like, I'm very leery to tell people how to eat. Like when I'm working with clients, I put like a program together years ago, and I want to like update it because it's like it changes so much. And but I'm also like, we don't need, everyone's like protein. Like I don't think we need as much protein as they're telling us. Like yes, I do think protein is super important, especially as we're aging. Especially if we're working out and our muscle and all that kind of stuff. But I think anything and too much
is
excess. It's too much. Like I still
Mm-hmm.
am a big believer. Most of my plate is plant-based and
vegetables,
and like, you know, and I make sure there's protein on there.
Yeah.
But it's not
but
all
you don't
protein.
get obsessed with the number of protein.
So that was what I was saying kind of before, like, don't be obsessed.
Yeah.
If you're obsessed, you're only wrecking your own self. You're wrecking yourself. And, you know, that was telling about one of my clients, she was so obsessed with that 5 pounds. Mm-hmm. And the second she like wasn't obsessed is when
it came
and let it go. And it just falls off, you know, it's don't be obsessed.
Yeah. You just live your life and everything in moderation. I've realized.
Just take a deep breath.
Yeah. Yeah.
Simplify. You don't have to be like, I'm a vegan, you know, or I'm a, what's the carnivore? Like I'm only like, just do what you think like makes you feel good.
Yeah.
You know, like if you don't feel good just eating salads, then, you know,
add something else.
Oh gosh. Yeah. I remember being so like, kale, everything was kale this, kale that. I looked like I was 9 months pregnant. I was constantly bloated and painfully bloated because I was who eats kale? Like I can't eat kale anymore. It kills me.
I know. Sometimes I put it in smoothies, but I can't do
kale.
Yeah, like I'll never have a kale salad. I also don't think kale tastes that good.
No, I used to love it. Now I'm like I can't. Now I avoid it like the plague.
Do you like beets though?
I love beets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love beets.
Yeah, I think I'm fortunate because I naturally just love fruits and vegetables. Like I go for them on like a dinner platter. I'm like, yes, I can't wait to eat those.
I think whatever like God created on earth for us, you know, I don't know. Like I think if it comes from the earth, it's, you know,
So you're supposed to be
just eat what comes from the earth.
Yeah, that's good.
Stay
that's
away
good
from
advice.
Man-made crap because that's what's going to get you in trouble.
That's good advice. So what's your favorite supplement?
Oh gosh. You know, I was like supplement queen up until a few months ago. And then I really took a step back and I'm like, is this just really expensive urine? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I literally have tried everything.
Like you're repeating everything out.
Yeah. I'm like, these are really expensive supplements. I am going to give another shout out to Dr. Kim because I think most of us are probably a little low in D.
Yeah.
So I make sure to take, it's like a K2 D2 supplement, even though we live here in sunny South Florida. I think most women are, even like I was taking everything and I was thinking like, oh, this makes me feel good. This makes me feel good. But then when I would run out of it, I was like, let me see how I feel without it. And I'm like, I still feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Do I really need to be taking that? But, I went to meet with Dr. Kim, who's a functional therapist, medicine wellness doctor. And I think if you're really wanting to get into supplements and get into your health more, like go get blood work done.
Yeah.
See where you're deficient. Like, cause you might be completely fine and it might be a complete waste of money, or there might be like a supplement or nutrient that you're really missing that's screwing you up and making you tired.
And it could make all the difference.
And it can make all the difference. I don't really have a favorite supplement that I take. But
so when you see
Dr.
like the
Kim
trends,
kind of gave me, she's like, you need the maca, you know, to kind of support women's hormones. And she gave me something for adrenals, because I'm kind of like
cortisol.
And so that's been helpful. But I've tried them all. I think it's just finding a doctor, someone who can guide you. Like, this is what you need, and if you want to take this, go for it. But
I don't like the guessing game either. When I got my blood work from
money,
and it can get really expensive. I also think that if you're buying supplements, it could be intimidating because you don't know what to get. It's expensive, and some supplements just aren't that great for you either. So it's really good to know like what brand you're using, and it's a lot of learning, but it's worth everybody's while. I think
it is. I supplements. I don't buy any supplements unless you are getting advice from either a doctor or someone like super knowledgeable.
Yeah. And you're comparing it to your individual
blood work. So much crap.
I know.
There's so much crap out there, and it drives me nuts, because that's the other thing too. Like, it's a shame, because like when Instagram, like even like 10 years ago, I felt like there was people on there that I learned so much from, that I really admired and I learned a lot from. Unfortunately, now I feel like everyone's trying to sell. And I know. And I don't really, a lot of the people that I used to really enjoy learning from, I'm like, kind of followed their advice on certain things, and I'm like, this is like snake oil. Like, it's almost like, I just don't believe everything you hear on social media. You
really have to do your research.
Yeah, you gotta be your own advocate these days. You can't just, she has a gazillion followers and she's this influencer, and I'm gonna take what she's taking, because really she's getting paid as a gazillion dollars because she's
just a feature
promoting it, or he is, So I would just be leery of that. Like, don't just because everyone's taking it.
It's so true.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, that was so fun.
Yeah, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, I could talk all day.
I know it. Isn't it fun?
It is.
I love the so much fun part. Yeah. So thank you again. And guys, we'll be back next week for another episode. See you then.
Bye.
Thank you all for tuning in to this week's episode on the Marissa Effect. This is where conversations stick, stories spark something real. If today's episode moved you, made you think, or gave you a little inspo, please share it with a friend. And don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. It truly means the world. Until next time, keep showing up, stay curious, and remember, your story has an effect too. See you next week.